We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to start this one with a throw. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. First down throw there is incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll motion over Metcalf. Mahomes now on 2nd down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A first down there on a gain of 12. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. His 12th touchdown of the year. Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. Jacobs, first down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
He'll look to throw. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. He is in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Steelers.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Receiver in motion, going right. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Going up top. He's got it! And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Easy. Hey, take his time.
Up the middle they go. And the defense all over this one. They knock them down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
They'll motion over Metcalf. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Reload. Reload.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be intercepted by Darius Slay. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Past the 40. He's into space past the 25. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 91 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Whoa! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
18 Cardinal, 18 Pioneer. Shut up.
Back to throw. He keeps it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Come on, set.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Now this time they'll look to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. To the 20. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Seven Pirates. Ready?
Right back to the air following that pick 6. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No need on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Go, trap. Check, go.
On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Buffalo 18. 19 tight. 79 Bronco. Mustang 19. Ready.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how... quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down.
Come 19! Come 19!
He'll drop to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And this will be incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. It's second down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down.
Hey, 15.
They'll motion over Metcalf. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the Chiefs first down. The defense nowhere to be found. A fourth down gain of 20.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw again. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Quick throw here is complete. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Throwing is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. Man, Mike, I'll tell you, halfway there, I thought that ball was going to run out of steam. He ended up needing a little bit of help from that crossbar in the end, but he got it. When it's on target, you give yourself a chance, and boy, did he deliver.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That complete to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On for the extra point is Boswell. He gets it to go, and the Steelers are able to cut the deficit to 10. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Yellow. Yellow.
And in motion is Brown. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Throwing now, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's Jacobs. Wow. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's second and 3 to go. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
They'll take over first down 10 at their own 11-yard line.
First and 10 for Mahomes. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
And how impressive was that, Mike? I mean, not only to be able to generate that amount of separation downfield, but then to track the ball. Remember, this was a running back, but he looked like a wide receiver, and we're looking around the league, Mike, and a lot of these backs, in order to play in today's NFL, you have to be part receiver.
He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
Trap 60. Go.
From his own end zone, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll run. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
To the air now on first and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. And that is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
18, pioneer. Let's go.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. To the sideline, he's got it. The official says yes, the feet are in, and they convert on fourth down. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Here we go.
Back to the air one more time. This one down the field for Freiermuth. That is hard. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack. And we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Here's third and 2. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's in! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Steelers. That his second touchdown tonight. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Yellow. Attack, attack.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Yellow, yellow.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll motion over Metcalf. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. A pass complete to the tight end, Johnson. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Now Mahomes. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. On first and 10, here comes Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
So often, Mike, we see some of the biggest explosive plays in the passing game come from the quarterback extending the play outside of the pocket. Really nice job here by the coverage. They remain sticky on their receivers, nowhere to go with the ball, and all he's able to do is throw this one away.
On second down, Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. So, no... Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. They'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone yet again. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Motion man, set right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
A throw on the move is caught. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
Yellow.
A quick throw here on the RPO. It's caught by... He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. The throw on the run is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. Here's a run. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll run with Jacobs. Woo!
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Jacobs. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Now 2nd and inches. Here's Jacobs. And he'll go down. Back at the 4. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Jacobs. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
This is one of those coaching decisions people are going to be talking about for a long time. You find yourself down 3, a field goal gets you level. Instead, you roll the dice and go for it, and you fail.
Yellow.
1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2 and E. Mahomes now back near his own goal line. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout As they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
And he looks to be a bit short of the line, and that is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Mahomes. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Dragon 60. 70 range, take go.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here comes 2nd down.
Warrior 70. Buffalo 18.
Throwing now from the gun. And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Yellow. 843. Attack!
One last shot now for Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the comp.